You know, there comes a day, usually when you're comparing electricity tariffs or trying to work out how your knees suddenly started making that noise when it hits you. Oh, apparently I'm the grown-up now. It's not something anyone warns you about. There's no fanfare, no welcome to adulthood ceremony, no secret meeting where they hand you the manual and a sensible pair of shoes. You just wake up one morning, realise you own a plunger, and start saying things like, "We really should get an early night." And it's funny, isn't it? Because inside, you still feel about 25. But on the outside, you're the one who remembers birthdays, carries tissues just in case, and knows which drawer the batteries are in. You've somehow become responsible. So, today, let's talk about that. The shock, the humour, the quiet grace of realising you've turned into the adult you once thought had it all figured out. Spoiler alert, we're still winging it. Welcome. Come on in, get comfy, and let's sit for a while. It hit me the other day. I'm the grown-up now. It wasn't a grand moment of enlightenment or a big life event. Nope, it was something much smaller. I was standing in the supermarket comparing prices on washing up liquid, and I actually said out loud, "Well, that's good value for money." Then I realised what I'd done, and I grinned and thought, oh heck. That was it. That was my moment. No fireworks, no fanfare, just a woman with a trolley and the horrifying awareness that she'd crossed over to the other side. It used to be that other people were the grown-ups. They were the ones who knew how to change the fuse, fill out a form, or have strong opinions about the right way to stack a dishwasher. They were the ones who owned things like insurance policies and lint rollers. And now, apparently that's me. When did that happen? Was there a memo I missed? Some kind of initiation ceremony involving paperwork and a sensible pair of shoes? Because I swear, one minute you're figuring out who you are, and the next you're the emergency contact for half the family, and people are asking you for advice about mortgages. It's absurd, really. I remember thinking as a kid that adults had it all together, that they had secret manuals and unshakable confidence. Now I know the truth. Most of us are just improvising with slightly better lighting. Being the grown-up seems to mean you're the one who calls the plumber, the one who makes sure there's milk in the fridge, and the one who remembers everyone's birthday. Mostly, although I am still working on that one. It's 1,000 small responsibilities no one prepared you for, and half the time you're still not sure you're doing them right. The realisation sneaks up on you in small, ridiculous ways, like the first time you hear yourself say, "We should probably get an early night," or when you find yourself turning down the car radio to reverse. Or the highlight of your week is finding a good deal on dishwasher tablets. It's when you start carrying tissues in your bag, not for yourself, but just in case. When you hear loud music and think, is that really necessary? When you start saying things like, "these days," or "in my day," and mean it. That's when you know you've officially crossed the line. And yet somehow you don't feel any different inside. I still feel that same uncertain version of myself, just with better moisturiser and a collection of herbal teas that could treat most emotional conditions. It's a strange mix, isn't it? This feeling of being responsible and slightly underqualified at the same time. You look around and realise you're the one who keeps things running, the one who knows which drawer the batteries are in, the one who calms everyone down when things fall apart. And sometimes, if you stop long enough, it's both terrifying and hilarious. because who exactly authorised this? When did I become the one people look to for wisdom when I still Google how long does a chicken last in the fridge? But there's something quietly lovely about it too, because even though we joke about not having a clue, we've actually learned a lot along the way. We've weathered storms, raised families, survived heartbreak, handled paperwork, and somehow built lives that mostly function. We've become the steady ones without even realising it. Maybe that's how it happens. Not in one grand grown-up moment, but through 1,000 small acts of showing up, paying bills, fixing what breaks, listening to someone cry, finding the humour in the mess. So yes, apparently I'm the grown-up now. I don't always feel like one, but the signs are all there. The comfortable shoes, the emergency snacks in my handbag, the quiet joy I get from a clean kitchen. And honestly, I think I'm okay with it. You know, I keep waiting for someone to hand me a proper job description for this whole being an adult thing. Something with bullet points, maybe a flowchart, just a bit of clarity around expectations. But no, we're just thrown into it, handed a set of keys and a tax code and told, good luck. And it turns out that being the grown-up covers a very broad range of duties. You're the person who knows where everything is, the plasters, the passports, the leftover bit of string that might come in handy one day. You're also the person responsible for remembering appointments, keeping everyone hydrated, and explaining the difference between use by and best before. And then there's the emotional admin, the endless invisible labour of being the one who holds it all together. The listener, the comforter, the peacemaker, the finder of missing things, the one who remembers who likes what for tea. You realise adulthood isn't just about paying bills, it's about managing everything that isn't written down anywhere. Like knowing which friend needs checking on, or how to interpret the strange noise your car makes, or which kind of bin day is it, and why there are suddenly 6 of them. There's no training manual for that, just years of trial, error, and sheer improvisation. Some days you think you've got it all together. Your meal planning, recycling correctly, even remembering to stretch before you sit down. And then you accidentally pour orange juice into your tea and think, yes, there it is, balance restored. But what no one tells you is that the older you get, the more you become the default setting for everyone else's chaos. You're the one people come to when something goes wrong. Not because you always know what to do, but because you look like someone who probably does. And that's the trick, isn't it? Half of being an adult is pretending you're calm enough that other people start to believe it too. There's a quiet power in that. The kind that doesn't shout or boast. It's the calm voice that says, okay, let's sort this out. Even when inside you're thinking, I have no idea what's happening. Somewhere along the line, we all learned that grown-ups aren't magical. They're just people who've been through enough storms to know they'll probably survive the next one too. Experience turns into steadiness, and steadiness turns into wisdom. And sometimes wisdom looks like knowing when to order takeaway instead of pretending you're up for cooking. We start to pick up small secret skills that no one gives us credit for, like knowing the perfect time to water plants, or how to find your glasses without your glasses, or that soothing tone you use on the phone with customer service when you're this close to losing your mind. It's absurd, exhausting, and sometimes hilarious, but also strangely beautiful. Because these tiny responsibilities, these invisible acts of care, are what make the world keep turning. They're how we love people, quietly. I think the real job of being the grown-up isn't about control. It's about continuity, keeping things going, holding spaces open, making sure the lights stay on and the people you love have clean socks and a soft place to land. We don't always get it right. Sometimes the dishes pile up, the laundry wins, the inbox is a lost cause. But the miracle is we keep going anyway. And that in itself is a form of grace. So no, I never got the official job description. But if I had to write one now, it might go something like this. Position: functional human being, occasionally overwhelmed. Duties: keep showing up, keep laughing when you can, keep trying again when you can't. Experience required: none. You'll learn on the job. Somewhere between the chaos and the grocery bills, a funny thing happens. You realise there's a quiet kind of beauty in all this grown-up nonsense. It's not the glamorous movie scene kind of beauty. It's smaller, subtler, like the kind that hides in ordinary moments. Like the peace of a clean kitchen at the end of the day. The satisfaction of fixing something with your own two hands. The relief of knowing the people you love are safe and warm. It's not flashy, but it's real, and it feels earned. I used to think being grown up was about authority. You know, knowing what to do, having all the answers, never spilling anything on yourself. Now I know it's mostly about acceptance. Accepting that you'll never have it all figured out. And that's okay. You learn to laugh at your mistakes, to forgive yourself faster, to stop chasing perfection like it's a prize. Because honestly, the people who look like they've got it all together are usually just as tired as the rest of us. They're just better at hiding it. There's a lovely kind of freedom that comes with that realisation. You stop pretending. You start telling the truth to yourself, to others. You admit when you're struggling and you find that no one minds. In fact, they often sigh in relief because they are too. And then, without really noticing it, you become the person you once looked for. The one who listens without judging. The one who can stay calm in the middle of the chaos. Who can say, "It's okay, we'll figure it out." That's the quiet magic of getting older. You stop chasing shiny things and start valuing solid ones. Honesty, kindness, comfort, a decent cup of tea. You stop needing to be impressive and start wanting to be genuine. And yes, it's still ridiculous sometimes. You'll still forget passwords, burn dinner, and spend 20 minutes looking for your glasses when they're on your head. But you'll also find that life feels a little softer now, like you've made peace with the mess of it. I think that's what being a real grown-up is. Not perfection, not control, but gentleness. Gentleness with yourself, with others, with the world. It's choosing laughter over worry, patience over panic, kindness over being right. And maybe that's the best we can do. Keep learning, keep caring, keep showing up, even when we're tired. Because yes, apparently we're the grown-ups now. And maybe, just maybe, we're not doing half bad. So yes, apparently we're the grown-ups now. And while it's still mildly terrifying, it's also kind of wonderful. Because for all the chaos and the endless to-do lists, there's something deeply comforting about having made it this far. You've learned how to keep going, how to care for people, how to find joy in small, steady things. And that's no small thing. We might not have the manual, we might still forget why we walked into a room, but we've learned how to make peace with the mess, and even laugh at it. And honestly, that's what being a grown-up really is. Not about knowing everything, but about showing up anyway, with a bit of humour, a bit of heart, and maybe a biscuit or two for the road. So take a deep breath, pat yourself on the back, and have that early night you keep talking about. You've earned it. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Take gentle care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. I think the real job of being the grown-up isn't about control. It's about continuity. It's about continuity. It's about continuity.